I think it's time that we stop congratulating women that leave men in relationships. Like, good job, girl. He was a piece of shit anyway. I knew that you could leave him. Meanwhile, old Sally hasn't given her man Pound Town in over a year.
Oh, damn.
And her man's mentally drained, going insane, finally steps out, and Sally notices that Tom's cheating, and now he's the fucking problem. I think we really need to start normalizing that most of the problem in good marriages that were good in the beginning, and because the woman wasn't holding up her end of the relationship anymore. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I have a headache. I don't want to right now. Like, I think that happens more often than not. And then when the man does step out, all the other women are like, girl, he was a piece of shit anyway. Girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
God damn. Hey. Whew. Now, pardon me. Outside of the sex aspect, it's sometimes it's a lot more than that. Sometimes it's a lot more than that. It'd be a lot more than just sex. It'd be a lot more than that. Man, listen, I was about to go on a tangent, but we gonna skip right past that. But yeah, she ain't lying. She cooking.
Okay, once you get them, you gotta maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
Who disagrees with her?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Jess.
Oh shit, here we
I
go.
agree.
She got me low key, well, high key tight. It's a couple different points I want to touch on in this particular video,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As a woman, I do not think you should withhold sex from your husband. I'll preface that. However, if you have a wife, you want to put her in a position where she wants to be intimate with you. I talked about this on a panel before. A lot of times women have kids. They're the main caretakers. The man just go to work, kick his feet up. She got to come home. She got to cook dinner, take care of the kids, do the homework, swing from the chandelier. He wanted to work out, do X, Y. A lot of women are exhausted.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And then he won't even give her some romance. You just want to do bang, bang, chicken, bang. But it's like, did you warm the engine up? Did you make her feel special? Did you make her? I mean, and that's not to say you need it every time you go to Pound Town, but it's like, to some extent, women are built a little bit different. So you need to, nurture that a little bit more. And I will say this. The other issue is men don't know how to handle heartbreak. A man can get his heart broke one time in the 5th grade, and not every woman after that is just the devil. So I think that also ties into the subject as well. You had a good...
Hold the fuck up. We're not about to do that. We ain't about to do that. We are not about to do that. So you mean to tell me there's not one man on this planet right now that is dealing with a woman's bullshit that he didn't create? That's what you're saying. You saying there's men out here that are dealing with women that has done nothing to this woman, but she don't trust this man. You dig what I'm saying? She pushes shit on this man that he had nothing to do with. So you mean to tell me that shit don't happen? But like, stop it, man. Stop it. Cut it the fuck out.
Whereas it relates to women get our hearts broken every time, but we're more willing to open our hearts up again. Whereas men, they're not willing to do that. So that's my take on it.
You said a bunch of lies, but it's okay. We'll get there. We'll fix it on the way.
Said a bunch of bullshit.
I agree with some of the points she made. I feel like a lot of women do get like settled into their relationship, and they get complacent, and they feel like they don't got to do all the stuff that they used to do when they had the man. And I feel like men are really like the prize in a way, because this man got down on one knee. He decided to marry you and decided to be with you for the rest of your life. He didn't decide to do that with anybody else. That's a big decision. So it's like, I feel like sometimes it's an excuse for women to say like, oh, I have to deal with the kids. I have to cook, clean. I mean, like, these are things that, our moms were like you know, we looked at them like, you know, they were able to do everything in the household, and that's something that we looked up to in a way.
Yo, speaking of that, oh, we got to deal with the kids and but the kids in school. What the fuck are we talking about? Kids in school for 8 hours. Unless you got a fucking toddler, the kids is in school for 8 hours. The fuck you mean you got to deal with the kids? Stop it, man. Please stop this bullshit. And this is coming from somebody that was a single father. The kids is in school. And matter of fact, I was doing the single father shit during the fucking pandemic. When it was fucking virtual school. So stop it. And even that shit wasn't the hardest shit on the fucking planet. The fuck? Like, I hate that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like that excuse. I lived it. I live it. I kind of still live it now. Kids is in school for 8 hours a day. Stop it with we dealing with the kids and so? That shit is, I don't like that. That's a bullshit excuse. And this is coming from somebody that actually walked in y'all's shoes. It's a bullshit excuse. It's a bullshit fucking excuse. Cause I cook, I clean my crib, and I tend to the kids. It's a bullshit excuse. It is a bullshit excuse.
So I just feel like it's a lot of excuses, and you can just be able to satisfy your man. I feel like it's an excuse. I don't know.
I like that one. Q, where you find that one?
Not that one. Moms was tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, our mamas was tired, having to do that. You know, I understand that we see that and we think that's normal to see. You know, our mothers, if you were raised in a single parent home, I would assume you are used to seeing your mother doing it all. Or even if not, you know, she's caring for her kid and caring for her husband like he is a kid as well. But I want to bring it back to the subject of our women ruining the men. I don't think no one should have that type of power. Like, so for me, if it was in the reverse, you know, women go through heartbreak, women go through, you know, tumultuous relationships. And kind of like what Jess said, we still go through our process and still make ourselves available to try it again. We don't hold, at least the majority. I know there are some women that do, but we don't hold every man accountable for the hurt that happened to us in our past.
You liar!
Bullshit.
At least we shouldn't, right? And I think that if men will just kind of process that heartbreak and process how they felt in that moment, if they felt like they were betrayed or whatever the case may be, then you can't be ruined, because you understand that what that person did to you probably had nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? They were just not the right person for you. They didn't deserve the love that you had to give. That doesn't mean that there isn't a good woman out there that is ready to receive that. So don't block your own blessing by assuming that every woman is the same one woman that broke your heart. Nobody.
That's not really how that shit works.
You know what I'm saying? That's you.
I disagree. You know who's the first woman that usually ruin these men? Their mamas.
Thank you!
It starts off usually by their mamas.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. One parent household, they either choose a messed up daddy, they either trying to son their little sons. That's usually who messes up the men first. Yep. It's their mamas.
And they need therapy. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to like, if that's really if you have a mother wound like that in your adult life and you're carrying hurt and trauma from your childhood, from your mother, and you're carrying that into your adult relationships, that's not normal. You need to go sit down and talk to somebody and unpack that so you can have fulfilling relationships. And it ain't about everybody else. It's about you. It's about the betterment of you. So while I agree that does happen, that's not an excuse to fester in that and then blame everybody else for why you're not successful in relationships.
Yeah, I believe men and women.
Blame. That's the one thing. It's not about blaming. It's about, are women ruining good men? It's not. We're not saying should men take accountability and not hurt because they mama ruined them or girl. No, it's these women nowadays are ruining their sons, their husbands, their boyfriends because of other issues, other problems. So we can't just be like, yeah, of course you're right. They should take responsibility.
I think a good man. I think a good man would never let a woman ruin them.
But they not men, they little
dumb.
boys. These men are getting ruined by their mamas. Your first love is supposed to be your mama as a son. My first love.
She sounds so dumb. I just think a good man wouldn't let. Shut up. You sound dumb. Like, that don't even make sense. That makes no sense. Because no matter how good this brother is, most good brothers, and I'm gonna tell you, I used to fall into this space where, and this is where I can 100% blame my mother for this. Ma, I love you, but I can 100% blame my mother for this. My parents, now mind you, my parents was married. I had both parents in the house, but my mother taught me as a kid, treat all women with respect, treat all women like princesses and queens, and treat all women. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. That shit fucked me up. That right there fucked me up. Because I really thought all women were just fucking angels, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they all deserve this, that, and the. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. Fuck no. I would never teach my sons that. Fuck to the no. Hell no. You dig what I'm saying? So, and when I say it fucked me up, because I'm dealing with certain women, and I'm treating them like, you know what I'm saying? I felt at the time a man should treat a woman. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm getting my heart stomped on. You dig what I'm saying? I'm getting my shit completely stomped on. Because my mother didn't tell me that, oh, you can't treat all women the same. You got to figure out who's worth it. You got to figure out, is she worth you treating her this way? Is she worth your time? Is she worth your effort? Is she worth, you know what I'm saying, you being there for her and you protecting her and you providing for her? You got to find out if she's worth that. She didn't teach me that. She just said she blanketed it, and like all women are just under this one blanket. Hell nah. Hell to the nah. So she just saying nonsense at this point. She just saying a bunch of nonsense. Oh, a real good man wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. You sound crazy.
My daddy. That's how I learned how to love. These men are not showing that. They're not showing how to love.
I don't know.
Therapy.
If when you say ruin a good man,
no man should be in therapy.
Do you mean like ruining her opportunities for a good man? Or do you mean she's literally making this man a worse version of himself?
Wait, what was your question?
Yes.
I'm saying, when you say that she's ruining a good man, do you mean that she's making this man less than, or is she ruining her opportunities to be with one or to find one?
I think they mean in the sense of that women are leaving and breaking the hearts of good men.
Tarnishing.
So
yeah,
now these good men are so heartbroken that they can never give their heart to another woman again because the last woman ruined them.
I agree with Jazz. I don't feel like no man should never, either a man or woman should allow them to make them feel that way. But I feel like it goes back to communication. If you feeling like that, you tired, baby, say that. And then I'm gonna tell you this: if I ain't getting no coochie, like I feel like I don't need to, I'm gonna let you know that. But if it ain't coming together, I'm only gonna say it but so many times. I only can say it but so many times. After that, then something got to be done. I told you though. I don't feel like communication is really the biggest thing when I think it comes down to it.
Well, to answer, a lot of men are reaping their own karma, and y'all might disagree with me on this. Men spend the latter years of their life being players, playing women, having multiple women, cheating on multiple women, and then they'll decide to give one woman a chance, and I'm gonna do right by her, and she give you a little taste of your medicine, and now you playing the victim, and now your heart broke, and now your heart out your pocket, and now you salty because you finally got a taste of what you've been doing to women for years.
That's not a fact.
Karma's not real. Don't believe that shit.
I agree.
I do believe so. The universe will return what you put out into it.
That's how it works.
Not true.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, a lot of men finally give Fine to give a relationship a shot.
Yeah, but that's not always the
and then you
case,
get
though.
a taste of their own medicine. Now,
You can't say you can't make it a blanket statement. You make it seem like like every man was just out here slaying shit in they teens and they early 20s and shit. Baby girl, let me explain something to you. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. It is not like that. Granted, you probably got your handful, your onesies and twosies, and you know what I mean, you probably got your select few. It's not like that for a large majority of men. It ain't like that. You think the large majority of men got 3, 4, 5, and 6 options? Psh, shit. You're sadly mistaken.
you ruined me and I'm a good man. Now I can't never love again, even though I done cheated on all 25 of my girlfriends and I decided to be faithful to the 26.
You can't cheat on somebody that you're not married to.
Anton, stop it.
You can't.
So if your current wife would have slept with another man, wife,
You
before
wouldn't
y'all
have
was
married
married,
her.
you still would have wifed her?
No, she was a virgin. He wouldn't.
You wouldn't have. So stop it. It's only men can have sex with multiple women. Basically, is what you're saying.
Anise, your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please.
One key can fit in multiple locks, can't it?
Anton, stop it.
We got.
Can it not?
That is so a fifth grade response.
No, but it won't match.
That is. Y'all don't listen to Anton. So a man can sleep with multiple women and cheat on his girl as long as they're not married. But let her go out and get her some new a dangling, then she a hoe, and now you can't wife no more.
Exactly.
Now she's tainted.
So, what's your point?
Stop
Yeah,
it.
Well, okay, so
standards is always different between.
to answer the question, I feel
it's
like
not even a question. Like
do
we don't even think about women the same way that y'all do. Listen, man, y'all
do
y'all
women
cheat
make
emotionally.
men?
Even the fact that you want to go out there and get another guy, like that's all emotional bullshit. You doing that just to be sassy and ugly. You're not even doing that because that's what you really want. And so that's what makes it bad. That's what makes it disingenuous.
Anton,
I think that most men, 99% of all men at some point need to get their heart broke because they need to understand the nature of a woman.
Yep.
They're all bad. They're all bad. All women are bad actors. Here's the difference though. Some men cover that bad. Some men make you better and they ensure that you don't be out here looking stupid and fumbling and stuff. The difference between a great woman and a basic woman is the man that she's with. The way that y'all qualify yourself, there's never been a great woman by herself. Nobody gives a fuck about a woman by her. We don't even fuck with Oprah. You know why? Because there's no man to tame her or no man to put her in her place or to really validate how great she is. It don't matter how much money she made. It don't matter how many shows she produced. Don't nobody give a fuck. We value widows of great men more than we value the ones that are alive today that is supposedly done so much.
Damn.
So
We
it's
value
like
the
Ciara.
widows of great men more than the women that's out here doing it independently. So let's be very, very clear. The standard by which God set, as far as the hierarchy between a man and a woman, is always going to be in place. It's never going to change. And the thing about it is that you can't get your get back because your get back is going to get you out. All you're going to do is fumble a dude that you should have been with because you thought that you was getting your get back because you think that you can operate like men. It don't work like that.
Men take back cheat women all the time. They're not going to be honest about it, but a lot of men who've been cheated on have taken their woman, girl, whatever, they've taken her back.
And that's a problem because she not even
big time problem. Big time problem. And you know what's crazy? Me and my lady had this discussion before when she was like, "Oh, men can't deal with the hurt that they dish out or some silly shit like that, right?" And they be like, "Oh, a girl cheat one time and the man just he out. Ain't no discussion. They don't think about why she cheated and blah 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 blah, all this bullshit. And I let it listen, I don't give a flying fuck why. The why is irrelevant. The why is 100% fucking irrelevant. I don't give a fuck why. You got one time and it's over with. It's quiet. I'm out. Ain't no, oh, well, I did it because I don't give a fuck why you did it. I don't give a fuck what you feel like I did not do. I'm out. It's simple. Because I look at it like this. If your spouse steps out, right? You forgive them, you take them back. Now you just set a standard. Now you just set a standard for anytime they feel like they're going without, anytime that they feel like you're not meeting their standard where they want it to be met, they have the right to go out and do whatever it is they need to do. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no. Ain't not over here. Nope. I ain't with it. Not at all. I ain't with it. So that's just how I feel about it. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. And the crazy thing is, I've done it before. I've done it once before. Never again. Never again. Never again. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Never again.
More.
I feel like yes, women.
That's another man's girl now.
Ruin men. But only about half of them, the ones that are not accountable for their actions. As for and at that point, are they even good men? But the ones that they don't ruin, like Anton, I agree. Men should not be going to therapy. They should know how to, deal with rejection on their own. But a real man or a good man is not going to let or put himself in a position to allow any woman to make him less than. That's just how I feel.
So, Tommy, I got a question, right?
Can I?
You said a man shouldn't go to therapy, right? So let's say he wasn't taught how to deal with his emotions, or he didn't have a father figure, or any of that. How is a man supposed to figure that out if he was never taught that, conditioned that way, or have a role model?
You want me to answer?
No.
Find a purpose.
No, I'm gonna lay it up to you, Anton, because while I don't know the answer to that question, I just know that.
So you just on this motherfucker chatting. You on this motherfucker chatting and you dick riding right now. Chill out, big dog. Slow your roll. You just up here chatting. No man should go to therapy. And it's just like you said, if a motherfucker was never taught this shit, how the fuck you supposed to figure it out? You just supposed to just be fucked up for however many years until he figure it the fuck out? You just chatting. Just saying words.
That's what makes you great.
For the ones who don't know the answer to that question, those are the ones that are being ruined by women. But
I agree.
So if they don't know the answer, why automatically?
Wait,
Maybe he just don't want to communicate it to y'all the way that he want to communicate.
No. He don't need. He don't need.
Do y'all want solutions, or do y'all want to just be right?
But Tommy said that they need to figure it out, right?
Tommy, say it again.
Hold on, Tommy.
Well, here's the thing about men. They all need. No. We all gotta suffer in some way, shape, or form. Suffering is what makes us great. So the things that we go through mold us. We all. That's why I said that every man need to experience. Well, almost every man need to experience suffering, going through shit, the nature of a woman, and all of that. Because if they don't experience it, they are going to be the biggest ones to get finessed. They're gonna think that a woman is a certain way, and she gonna fuck his life up all the way. Men don't need therapy. They need more money, and they need to go through some shit.
So,
okay, I thought I didn't know where he was going, but looking back at my life, that shit kind of makes sense. Looking back at my life, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense. In order to, you really gotta go through some shit to, you know what I'm saying, figure this shit out. It kind of makes sense. I understand his sentiment. Because boy, oh boy, have I suffered. I've suffered in some situations, boy. So yeah, like I said, if I didn't go through none of that shit, would I agree? I don't know. But I've suffered through some shit, and he kind of he makes a valid point.
That's why
They don't need no goddamn therapy. They need more money.
Wait,
You,
I have
you get a dude that get more money, and he had to go grind to go get that shit. He built character.
He can have
He
money
solved
and
problems.
it's crazy.
He built character. He solved problems, and he understand the nature of.
And then he still has the trauma.
Exactly. And how many?
That's some shit that
millionaires
women
do we
made up.
know?
So because y'all
How
trying to
many-
validate yourselves.
So
Listen,
I don't understand.
How do you measure whether the woman ruined a good man?
Yeah.
Let me ask you one question.
How do you measure it?
How do I measure?
well, we get
understand what's so wrong with
ruined
therapy.
initially, but
What's so wrong with it?
here's the difference. Here's the thing about life. Everybody is not supposed to be on the same level.
Facts.
Some men get broken because of the things that they didn't suffer through, which prevents them from coming back from whatever it is that they experienced with that woman. That's where the ruining come from. There's another set of guys that go through that shit, and she may breaking, or she may go. Remember the movie Hitch in the beginning, how he went through the shit. He realized that the chick was sleeping with the other dude or whatever like that, and she was in a car and she kind of gave him the game. That's what it is, right? Like he became great and a better person as a result of understanding what the game is. He wasn't supposed to be caught. He was supposed to go through that shit. And so my point is that sometimes they ruin them, but sometimes they make you great. A lot of guys don't even realize how great they are until they go through some shit.
Well,
So Jazz, the problem with therapy is it makes me more like you. Okay.
You never went to therapy.
I have been to that weak stuff before. Okay. I'm like, listen. So anytime I ever hear somebody say I need to go to therapy, that's their way of telling me that I need to be sorry or more just like them.
That's not therapy.
That's definitely therapy. It's telling me, hey, you need to be more like us, normal.
No.
This all therapy is.
No, therapy gives you the tools to work out the issues that you have.
How?
You got everything, and you got God already gave you everything you need.
No, it hasn't. Because with 2K being on here, he specifically said he's one of those guys. His mama fucked him up. He's a prime example. His mama screwed him up, and it showed.
Wait. Here's the thing. Now, hold on, please.
I got to rebuttal that because see, my mama was my first toxic relationship, but it didn't fuck me up. I became a better man because of it.
Oh, okay.
She let me know the way of a woman. I love my mama, but without her doing what she did, I think all women were flower and roses.
Okay.
Well, see.
I'm telling you, I love my mama to death, but she did the same shit to me. Same shit. She made it seem like all women is just fucking rainbows and butterflies and fucking ice cream and fucking sprinkles. And I carried that shit. I carried that shit for a long time until I started getting out in the world and realizing, man, a lot of you bitches ain't shit. Real talk. But I believe that has a lot to do with the demographics of where you live and where you come from. You know what I'm saying? When you come from the hood, listen, a lot of these hood Johns, the way they was raised, listen, a lot of these hood Johns just ain't it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, granted, you have some that are, you know what I'm saying, are great women. You know what I'm saying? But when you constantly come in contact with the ones that's just like ain't it, you kind of you get a sense of, nigga, my mama lied to me, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mom Dukes lied to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ma, I love you to death. If you watch this, Ma, I love you to death. You already know. I catch a bullet for you and all that. But you messed me up with that one. You really messed me up with that one. Real talk. But I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. I'm going to put the link in the description to the original video so y'all go over there and check that out. Oh, pardon me. So y'all go over there and check that out. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all of that good stuff, man. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.